Hello and welcome everybody to Game 2 of Puma vs. Hero from the NASL Season 2 Grand Finals. This is going to be Game 2 of a best of 7, and this best of 7 is the final match that was played at the NASL Season 2 Grand Finals. That means these two players were the final two players. The winner of this series is going to take home the tournament, and the other will have to settle for second place. Spawning here in the bottom right position as the Red Terran playing from Team Evil Geniuses, our winner of Game 1, we have Puma. Spawning in the top left position as the Blue Protoss playing from Team Liquid, we have Hero. Now, Hero did manage to lose Game 1 there on Dual Site, but here he has a chance to redeem himself here on Game 2 on Antiga Shipyards. This is not a particularly favored map for either Protoss nor Terran. Both players generally can take advantage of lots of different small little things on this map. These ledges here, very popular for blinking up and down onto those ledges, getting observers on that ledge early on, dealing lots of damage. Some players prefer to take a more macro style approach where they take a very fast third, especially Terran players who can wall off this entire area with lots of siege tanks and bunkers. Very common for a lot of Terran players to do that. And of course, one point of contention is usually this middle gold expansions. These two gold expansions usually are usually attempted to be taken as a fourth base, sometimes even a third base. But of course, Terran with their Colossi, or Terran with their siege tanks, or Protoss with their Colossi can make taking those expansions very, very difficult, and the center towards the mid game becomes extremely important to control. Now, looks like Puma so far has just thrown down a barracks, going to be going for a standard opener. What could Puma possibly be doing? If there's one thing that Puma is known for, it is his famous 1-1-1 builds. He's very, very well known for doing a lot of 1-1-1 builds, but I will tell you, I don't think he's going to be going for that this time, and I will tell you why. No gas quite yet, and Hero scouted that. Hero has seen that no gas has gone down yet for Puma, so that is really going to eliminate a lot of 1-1-1 pushes. A lot of 1-1-1 pushes will pretty much can't happen. A lot of timings will be pretty much ruined by not having this early of a gas. And whether that decision was actually made because this probe got into the base and saw that there was no gas, I am not sure, but it looks like Puma just going to be gearing up to go for a bit of a 1-Rax expand here. He's going to be taking his natural, and it looks like Hero also going to be doing the same. His Nexus has gone down now after only throwing down a gateway and a gas this time, so he's going to be taking a little bit faster of a Nexus, which is okay. The rush distance on this map, especially spawning cross position, it's a little bit farther, so it's a little bit harder to rush your opponent. Of course, Protoss will eventually have that warp gate. It's a little more viable for Protoss players, in my opinion, to do a little bit of 4 gates, that kind of thing, early on, just because a lot of Protoss players will try to take advantage of this high ground, placing pylons here or on this high ground so that they can do lots of warp-ins early on. Terran 2-Raxes and things like that against Protoss, not at all common. Against Zerg, it is sometimes viable to do some kinds of 2-Raxes and things here, but that usually requires proxying, again, because of the long rush distances on this map. Puma has now taken a couple of gas geysers in his main expansion. His natural is just about to be up and running, still only running on this one barracks, and it looks like we do now have a factory going down here, so this is almost like an adjusted 1-1-1. It's gonna be something of a 1-1-1, but with a command center kind of squeezed into the middle of it. We do have that factory now coming down, and what is this we have from Puma up here? But it looks like he's actually going to be maybe proxying a starport here. We might actually see some proxy Banshees that game, and that could actually be quite devastating, as this bunker is now going up at the front, and once that's up, Hero's going to have a lot of trouble poking up into the main base of Puma. He's now going to be coming in with this one Zealot, going to be trying to see what his opponent is doing, but once this bunker's up, he's going to have a lot of trouble getting good scouting information until he can get an observer out onto the field, and then he's going to be completely in the dark as to what Puma is doing. The factory is now complete, a second barracks now going down, and there we do now have the starport being started here by Puma, so it looks like we are going to be seeing some fast Banshees here. In the base of Hero, we do see that 3 racks have gone down. Warp Gate Research is on the way. Twilight Council now up and running. Going to be getting this natural expansion going here pretty soon. Zealot getting up into the main right now. 1 probe now coming across the map, and it looks like Hero might actually decide to get a little bit aggressive, as he does have a Stalker now moving down as well. Is he going to be placing a pylon with this probe? He could actually be going for some kind of early aggression here. I don't know how effective any kind of early aggression would be at this point, especially if he starts warping in all of his units down here, and a Banshee just comes waltzing right into his base. There goes the Tech Lab now on that starport. I would almost assume that we're going to see a Banshee coming immediately, but oh my, no. There is no way. Hero is actually going to poke up here and find the starport. Unbelievable scouting here by Hero. I cannot believe it. This is going to completely shut down this Banshee and ruin this attack timing here from Puma, and that is actually going to be a big problem here for Puma. He is now going to be forced to just lift off that starport and get the heck out of there. We do see that a pylon is now in place to begin warping in. We do see that Hero is going to be moving forward with some stalkers here, moving across the map. We do see Blink Research now coming down here. 3 gateways have been completed, and one more gas geyser has been taken. It looks like we do have a robotics facility now on the way here for Hero, so it looks like we are going to be seeing some Blink Stalker play here from Hero. Hero is a huge fan of Blink Stalkers. I've got to say, every single time I see Hero go for Blink Stalkers, I love it, because he always makes me so jealous, and it always makes me feel like I could do it too, because I'm just like, it's just Blink Stalkers, right? It's just 1 unit, no problem. And then I never ever get the results that Hero does, because he's just really good and has such a good game sense and knows exactly when and where, when to blink forward, when to blink back, when he needs to retreat. Absolutely critical for when you're playing Blink Stalkers. And it looks like, yeah, that is actually going to be what he is doing, as we do see that we do see an observer now coming out on the way here for Hero, and oh, it looks like that starport might have tried to move forward a little bit, and it looks like Hero might have actually caught it off guard there. It is now in the red and burning down, so I will just keep that right down there so that we can watch for when that burns down. In the meantime, Hero getting a lot of Blink Stalkers now to the front of Puma's base, and Puma got a couple of bunkers at the front here, but doesn't really have a whole lot of units there. There's a few Marines here. It looks like 8 Marines and 3 Marauders. Now just a couple more Marines joining the fight here, but this is a lot of Stalkers. We currently have 10 Stalkers, more now being warped in here from Hero, and the Observer is now making its way across the map. A second Observer is on the way as well, and it looks like more gateways now being morphed in here for Hero as he takes his 3rd base. Looks like Puma was about to gearing up to take his 3rd base here, but I don't think he's going to have that chance there, as all these Blink Stalkers are about to move into the base. This Observer is about to give him high vision up onto the high ground, and some of these units are out of position. They're in the bunkers down here, and he's going to start to focus down the Tech Lab. The Combat Shield upgrade does not finish. It looks like the stim may not finish either, as Hero is now going to start to deal some damage here. And look at that beautiful blink micro here from Hero, as he is now blinking the weak stalkers down onto the low ground where they can run away if he absolutely needs to do that. But he is getting a lot of kills right now, and more stalkers continuing to be warped in. Holy cow, that is a lot of stalkers now blinking forward to do lots of damage. All the Marines and Marauders are going down so quickly. Puma now being forced to pull a lot of probes off the line. All the probes now coming down, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There are too many Blink Stalkers here, and I think Hero is going to be set up to take up Game 2. There's the Blink forward, and Hero is, I think, going to be taking Game 2. And yeah, I expect a GG here. All the probes from the main have been pulled. There are now SCVs being pulled from the natural as well. Just not a whole lot, period, going on in the bases of Puma right now. 55 Harvesters to 24. The 3rd base is now up and running for LiquidHerO, and now it looks like there's going to be a GG from Puma as Hero ties it up in Game 2. Going to be jumping into Game 3 here in just a moment, tied 1-1, so stick with me, guys. Game 3 of Hero versus Puma from the NASL Season 2 Grand Finals coming up.